Racks on racks, smoking on that Pacers pack.
Oh yeah.
Knicks in 6.
Knicks at 6, everybody. Yeah, we're down 2-1, but it ain't over.
Knicks in 6.
So look, y'all, I'm not a fake fan. I just get really mad and really stressed. So when I start seeing bad things in the Knicks games, I can't watch it no more, bro. And let's be clear, because of what I watched in game 1 in its full effect, I never have to watch. I don't have to prove anything to anybody about me watching anything with the Knicks. I witnessed one of the worst collapses ever. That shit was so bad. I woke up the next morning at like 5:30 in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep. I was sick thinking about it.
You just having nightmares?
I didn't have a nightmare, but it was on my mind, so I couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah. Ugh, Cat just made a dumb foul again.
More like Nemhart making miracle fucking threes. That was crazy.
Yeah. But you know what? We came back because we are New York resilient.
I would
Yeah, I
not
don't
have
even-
been surprised if somebody, like I said it. I said they might take a game in MSG, but taking a game, that was crazy. Game 2, they got it right. I didn't even watch that either because I was already like so bewildered. But yeah, we go to Indiana, we win. We win this next game in Indiana, and I'm gonna start being ignorant again.
I'm going to allow myself to be ignorant again.
But
I mean, the Knicks are good on the road, to be honest. So we will be winning this next game. And the thing is, you just can't worry about the Knicks being down 20 ever. Like because they have the most comebacks, most 20-point deficit comebacks already. I think it's like history now. Like they're the first team to come back from 23 times in a play in the postseason.
Because we're animals. We can't be stabbed.
Like the Pacers just gave us a taste of our own medicine the first 2 games, and then we're like, all right, we'll just show you that we do it better. We're just better at coming back from 20-point deficits.
yo, I don't like Tyrese Halliburton at all.
Me
Fuck
neither.
That guy, man, for real.
When he did the choke sign, it was like, you did it too early, my friend.
Yeah, but
Game
they won
1?
anyway. But they won anyway.
Game 1, and you were fiending to do this.
He was
Fiending to just whip out the choke sign.
Do you know why he did the choke sign?
Because he's a tryhard. He's
Because
a
the Knicks
thirst
choked?
bucket.
No, because it was the Reggie Miller.
I know
thing.
why
Yeah,
he
no
did it.
shit.
I know why he
And
did
he
it.
was there commentating the fucking TNT game. Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Why
He's
did
been
they
there the
let
whole
him
time.
do that?
He's been there the whole time. But you know what? It's gonna hurt when Reggie Miller has to call the game while they're winning. When they win this series.
Cat was fucking something special last night, though.
Yeah, Cat was pretty cute. Not gonna lie.
On Dominican Mother's Day, he brought a fucking miracle.
He couldn't let our Dominican mothers down.
Literally. Literally.
He did it for all the Dominican moms that are totally not watching basketball. But yeah,
I
guess-
assure you, all the Dominicans were watching that.
Yo, you know what? We never addressed this, but your dad, he's a Knicks fan now. He's with the Knicks because there's only one star Dominican player in the playoffs.
No, this is true.
And that's it's Karl
on
Anthony
board.
Towns, not Al Horford.
Yeah, he's on board now. Al Horford has to. He passed the Dominican torch over to Cat.
No, that's not what happened.
That is what
You know
happened.
what Cat did? He
said-
yanked that shit out of his
he said-
fucking hands. He
said,
said,
"You are
"Thanks,
the-
old man."
You are the Dominican now. You have to represent.
Is this a Dominican accent?
You
What is
have
this
to.
accent?
I'm doing a very thick one. I'm trying to do the thickest one I can. It's probably not good, but whatever. So go next. Hopefully we can nail 3 more.
We will. I have 100% faith.
I never stopped believing. I watched the whole game. I was there for our boys.
I don't know. I can't hate on Halliburton though.
I can.
I can.
Watch me.
Yeah. It's easy. No problem. He's a fucking lame.
Here's a quick
On top of
tutorial
that,
on
he's
hating
not, like, he's
Halliburton.
such a goofy ass basketball player too. Like the shit he just looks like the luckiest player alive. That's what he looks like when he plays. Every shot he takes, it's like I can't believe that shit just went in.
I don't know. I think he looks kind of cool. I think he looks like a kind of cool guy.
Then be a Pacers fan. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm not
Brian.
gonna be a Pacers fan. I won't go that far.
This is,
Wait, okay, nah. You cannot take away my Knicks fanship when I was the only one who had 100% faith in them yesterday
What are you talking
while
about?
they were playing.
What are you talking
Even down to 20-point deficit.
What are you talking about? I was there.
No.
Yeah.
You were not the
That's
only
right.
one,
No,
Brian.
you wasn't.
I
Brian.
was there.
I was. What do you mean? You were over here having a whole ass meltdown, and I.
I was worried, but I didn't have a doubt. I said, look, I even said it. There's evidence where I'm like, maybe we can stage a comeback. You know, I said that.
Yeah, and I said they definitely will stage a comeback.
That means I had faith on some
That
level.
means nothing.
Huh?
You can say that about any game. If it happens, you win. It's good. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. You
Okay.
don't lose nothing from saying that.
Okay, but what does that change anything? No, it don't change shit.
Point is, there's no way you could be a Knicks fan and say that this nigga is any type entertaining or good.
I mean,
Not
I could
right now,
I could just
anyway.
enjoy the
It
game of basketball.
You could
know what I
at
mean?
least wait a few weeks. That means you're not actually a real Knicks fan. There's no emotional
Yeah.
stakes there. For
No,
you. That's
Brian,
What are
being-
you
you're a Brooklyn
talking
Nets
about?
fan.
Listen, Brian.
You haven't thrown that beanie away yet.
Nah, this is some cornball shit. I can appreciate other players' game.
No, Brian.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be this guy who's just like,
No.
oh, they're playing against the Knicks. I fucking hate them.
But that's what being a fan
No.
is, Brian. It's irrationally hating
No.
someone as long as they're still
Yeah, I
playing
can
them.
irrationally hate the
He
Pacers in
subjectively
general.
sucks. He objectively sucks. And it's just not the right time for that, Brian. What's wrong with you, bro?
What's wrong with
you,
me?
bro? What's wrong with you, bro?
Listen,
Valorant getting to
tomorrow
your
I
head?
want to see you
And
having the
let me
same
tell you
energy
something,
that I
Brian.
had yesterday.
I went on YouTube and watched people play Valorant. I did.
Did you? No, you didn't.
I did.
Who?
A
Who
bunch
did you
of
watch?
regular guns.
Why is this a
And
thing?
you got some cooldowns.
Who did you watch? Who did you watch?
I don't know, man. But they had a shotgun. They didn't use any abilities. They used the smoke thing. It was
What
like
is
the
this?
Smoke
What
ability.
does this have to do? We're
I
talking.
don't know. I'm just letting Brian know that shit's getting into his head and he has to stop.
It's not getting into my
more
head.
Hallie butts and no more.
You know what? I'm gonna appreciate
Valorant.
the game of basketball and root for my Knicks, and I don't give a shit.
What does this make you, a unbiased champion of men?
No,
now?
it doesn't make me unbiased.
You're,
I'm
you're
biased.
A fair.
Do you say
and
I'm
biased
well-balanced
towards the
human
Knicks?
being now?
I'm
just
biased
like your
champion
brother.
of men.
You're a mature guy, a mature person can acknowledge other people's skill while still rooting for your team. Is that your perspective? Is that
Yeah,
what you think?
actually, yes. That's exactly my perspective.
Casual take.
Miles Turner was doing well too.
Casual Knicks fan. Be careful at the parade, bro. They'll smell you out.
Brian, here's something I've learned. Allowing myself to become a full-on Knicks fan above all others.
Even your brother, for God's sake.
Let me explain. I understand what you're saying because the way you appreciate basketball is the way I appreciate football.
No.
So wait, listen. Can I finish? Okay. Where you're watching it, you like every team to some degree, to some extent, you like the game, so you try to just appreciate the gamesmanship that is happening there. But when you claim to be a fan of a particular team, you must be irrational and you must allow yourself to have unbridled hatred for whoever's
Must.
playing your guy at that time.
I
It's
don't
not
like
up
the
for debate.
Pacers.
Then maybe after you could be like, you know what? Halliburton was pretty good. Halliburton
No,
plays
I
pretty
don't
well.
like the Pacers. I can
I said
appreciate the fact that
Halliburton. I didn't say Pacers.
yeah. I don't like the Pacers. I can acknowledge that they have good players on their team, but I still want my Knicks to win.
No, they're buns, Brian.
Every NBA team has good players on his team.
Say
I don't
with
want to
me
hear
now.
that, man.
No, not
They're
every NBA
buns.
team.
Every team has a good NBA
Nah.
player.
As long as they're
sorry.
playing the Knicks, they're buns. And we have to keep that energy.
Their ass. And then why Tyrese? Would you relate to him?
Relate to him.
underdog or
What is there
something?
to relate to?
You tell me. What do you like about his game style? He's mad goofy. And
I just I
he only talks shit when he's up like 15, 16 points. Chris knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You saw him do this.
I don't know. I just feel like he's like a decent team player. Like he's a decent team leader. You know what I mean? Like when he was mic'd up, he was the way he was talking to his team. It just felt like he's a very reliable person on his team. Like he's a cornerstone of their morale. You can tell by the way he talks to his team, and I appreciated that. I was just like, oh wow, damn, that guy's a good leader.
I'll
Like
say
he
I
has the same aptitude at the beginning of the game as he does at the end of the game, and that's something that you can appreciate.
What about
Is he
Jason
still
Tatum?
going to get whopped by the fucking Knicks?
What
Yes.
about Jason Tatum?
I don't like Jason Tatum.
Why not? You don't think he's a good leader?
I think Jaylen Brown is a better leader than him, to be honest.
So you root for Jalen Brown too, like you're rooting for.
I'm not
Tyrese
rooting for either of them. In fact, I was heavily rooting against them.
You're just saying that you like their game.
Yeah, I mean, I just value qualities of leadership a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So like
I
Jalen
can quote
Brunson
that
is
you said this,
also
right?
I have a lot of respect for Jalen Brunson because of
Like
that.
it would be okay if I quoted you.
Quoted me in what?
If I just if like if I wanted to just say that you said this statement
Yeah, but in what context?
to like another Knicks fan or a forum of Knicks fans,
Brian,
Yeah,
don't
but
do
how
it.
would you bring about this quote?
Don't agree with this
I
quote.
would just say like, this guy right here, Brian, that's standing next to me. Or, my one of our co-hosts, Brian, on my podcast. Here's the link. This guy, this is what he said.
Brian, you need to understand it's a death knell. He's trying to get other Knicks fans to be upset.
I don't know. I just
Bro,
feel
be
like
a
you're not
man
going
and
to be
stand on that.
properly like
Stand on it. You
acknowledging
like
my
Tyrese
position here.
Halliburton. You like his game.
Exactly,
You think-
Brian. They
You
won't.
think he's an honest, good player, strong leader?
They
And
won't
he deserves to
acknowledge
be
it.
where he is. And you know what, man? I despise you for that take.
Brian, they won't acknowledge it because
That's me being honest and fair.
being
I
a
guess
Despise you
haters
for
going to
that.
hate. I guess that's just how it is.
part of being
I
a
I
sports
could
fan.
be 100% confident in the Knicks when you were faltering the other day, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? What?
No, no,
What?
no.
Huh?
I'm a
What?
real
What?
Knicks
What?
fan. I fought
No,
for
well,
every
I mean,
minute
I
of the
could.
game.
Can I have the permission to talk to other Knicks fans about your activities yesterday? Could I?
The way
When
you've
you said that
conducted
they were the
yourself?
better team and they had a better coach, you want
They
me to
do
talk
have a
about?
better coach. That is not up for fucking debate.
I mean,
That
hey,
is not a
listen.
debate. He is
I
a
mean,
much.
it
He's
is what
won
it
two
is.
champion. He's won a championship and Tibbs hasn't.
So
And you see how he gets the most out of 11 players on his team, not just like 6 or 8.
Yeah, I never understood that about the Knicks is that they just never have a deep bench and it feels like
Tibbs
it's
is
on
an
purpose.
asshole. That's the problem.
Tibbs.
Like it always feels like it's on purpose. It's like, no, I'm gonna play these guys till they're dust.
It's because he's very strict about how he wants his defense run. So he will not let niggas get playtime unless they are spectacular on offense. But if he can't trust you on the defense, you're not going to see time.
Mm.
He's always been like that, too. It's so fucking annoying.
But hey, guess
We're
what?
winning. Huh?
That inspires people to play harder on defense when they get to play. And you know what? That's going to be valuable in crunch time in these like final like games, like in these last the last quarter when you have to get these stops to make a comeback from a 20-point deficit. Look at you. You don't even have faith in your own coach
For
and
what
you're
it's
coming
worth,
at me?
Ryan. Hold on,
And
hold
you're
on.
coming at
Give
me?
me a second to respond.
This
No,
guy, bro. I'm
I
talking to
actually
every Knicks
watch the
fan.
games and shit, so I have an opinion of like my team, and it's not all roses. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of criticism the whole season, and I've had criticism of Tibbs his whole tenure. But back to to address what you were saying. The crazy thing is, I argue that the starters were actually able to pull through at the end because they had just a little bit more rest because he decided to play a few more guys on the bench. You don't have to agree with that, but that's what I see, right? And I was thinking, I didn't say this out loud to nobody, but we were playing our bench a good amount, like leading up towards the playoffs. Shamit was getting a lot of time, Payne, DeLon, right? They were all looking really good. Even Precious was getting like 7-8 minutes, and then all of that stopped in the playoffs. All of that shit, and we were supposed to have a decent bench with some veterans, and it didn't. Just now, he wants to pull them out. So, yeah, man, like I think that's bullshit, bro. I think the only reason we come out of any of these series, any of these games, is because we're the much more talented team.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we
so.
play really good defense, but Rick Carlisle teaches really good defense. All these other teams are decent defensively, like the Pistons. Tibbs ain't the only one that could like coach defense, so it's just I'm just tired of it, man. If we don't win a chip with him this year, I want to see us with somebody different. I think we have a good defensive core anyway. We don't need Tibbs, you know what I'm saying, to establish that culture. We have it here. Now we just need somebody that can make more of our pieces work, in my opinion. I won't be mad if they keep Tibbs. I like him. I'm not mad. I don't hate him as a coach, but like that's what's real. And it's not just with the Knicks. He's had these issues prior too. These same exact issues. Thank God, Brunson. I know you want to say it, so yeah, bro, fuck out of here. Uh, I've I watched the Knicks for 10 years of assness. All right. So when my PTSD starts to fucking flare up because I see the Knicks starting playing dumb for 8 fucking minutes straight. Bro, what other team go on a scoring drought for 4.5 minutes? With Jalen Brunson and Carl Anthony Towns. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like this team, and then on top of that, this is you want to. You said something earlier, Chris. You said, "Oh, like it's a Knicks thing." I forgot what it was you said it was about, but I'm gonna tell you what the fuck a Knicks thing is, right?
No,
Let me
no,
tell you what
I'm in
happens to
trouble.
the Knicks.
Now I'm in trouble.
Players, no, you're not in trouble. I'm just gonna tell you something I've learned as a Knicks fan in my lifetime, bro. Niggas become champions of mid-range jumpers when they play us. Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't fucking get it, yo. But like everybody, like it's like they respond to the intense defense we play, and then they're like, "Nah, fuck that. Let me show you something. I got these bitches in the front row." You know what I mean? I don't know. It's something about the Knicks that makes people hit their mid ranges like crazy. Bro, I had to stop watching that shit. I think Nemhard. I think the light skin, well, not Nemhard, Naismith. Bro, he
Neesmith,
like
yeah.
drove in, just like crossed up, got space, pulled up, and just fucking hit the jump shot wet. I was like, no, I'm all right. And I think when they did that, they took like a 8-point lead, and just then I was like, no, because we already had a lead, so it wasn't just like they was up by 8 points. It was like a fucking 12-point turnaround or some crazy shit like that. And I was just like, nah,
Yeah, there was definitely a point where I could sense Josh went to bed.
yeah, no, I just cut Marvel Rivals on and started wilding out on niggas with the Hulk.
You hulked
Josh, we
out.
got to beat your Knicks PTSD.
You literally
We have to
hulked
beat
out.
it.
Let them win a championship, then I won't feel bad. Because the problem is that when we start doing bad, I start thinking about all of the hecklers and shit and all of the
You know
shit
what?
talking and
I do. when that happens, I start like looking at the other players like celebrating,
Oh
and
God,
that
it's
just
the
makes me
worst.
so fucking
You
pissed
take it
off.
yo, um, all right, there was a crazy moment. This nigga, Lamb, I forget. I think it was Lamb, this light skinned dude. He had like a mustache. Um, he had a fucking 3-pointer and was like,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
what's up to the nigga in the corner, and I just was like, because
this
our players don't do shit like that for real, for real. Only like campaign
cat
does
sometimes.
that. Cat a little bit, but like
Miles
they
Bridges
don't. The
has a
crazy thing is
3-point
they don't
celebration.
do it at people. You know what I'm saying? They just celebrate, bro. The Pacers player, they like look at you and they're like, yeah. So it's like, oh, you
I just
motherfuckers.
want to throw a shuriken at the screen, just like, ugh.
Yeah, yo, I'm so happy they fucking lost that game. I'm so happy they beat them in Indiana. I want, oh my god, I want them to win this next game so bad. And it's like I don't know if it's that I want them to win more because I'm a fan, or I want them to win more because I want those Indiana fans to be so mad, just like we was.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I don't know,
Josh,
man. I still stick in what I say though, Brian. I think they're a better team, top to bottom. I think we have I think we have the best starting lineup in the league, period, right now. Um, but I think they're better everywhere else,
you want to know something?
and they're a better
I
offense.
think I think it's no surprise that the Knicks are a great fourth quarter team, and it's because of the way that Tibbs coaches. Like they have the most composure because they have so many fucking minutes. They have like a bajillion minutes on them for this entire season, and they play almost every fucking game. Especially players like Mikal Bridges, who literally plays every fucking game and hasn't missed one since the start of his career. I think, which is insane.
Yeah,
Like he is actually the most perfect player to be on a Tibbs coach team. And the fact that any of them can just come alive in the fourth quarter because, they are so accustomed to playing like deep minutes compared to every other team. I feel like because of Tibbs, we have so many comebacks. We have this many comebacks in the postseason. So
it's definitely a
I don't know.
double-edged
I'm
sword.
behind Tibbs the whole fucking way.
It's crazy. I won't even disagree with you. My perspective is just that we wouldn't be in the position of coming back if we had a better coach.
I mean, it's the
I think
fucking
we have a really good
turnovers.
team, man.
We
Yeah,
have the
I
dumbest
think we could be
turnovers
better than
fucking
this. We
ever.
shouldn't have to be coming back
yeah.
as much as we have. Everyone thinks that's so lit. All the social media accounts definitely do. I don't like that shit.
I
I
do.
don't
I think
like it
it's
at all, to
I
be
love
honest.
comebacks because, like, I don't know,
I want
basketball
us
can
to
be so
fucking dominate.
formulaic.
You know, I
Basketball
want
can be
us to
so.
put niggas to sleep and be like, we are the better team. We didn't catch nobody sleeping. We are just better than y'all. Full through. We plan better than y'all. We focus more. And we execute better. And shippy maybe. It's exciting for fucking everybody else, but for niggas that's really, really invested, I can only speak for myself at the end of the day.
I don't know. I
I
feel
think
like
we could be
basketball
better.
games could be really fucking formulaic sometimes, and sometimes teams win by like 20, 30, and then you're like, oh, well, all right, I guess I don't need to watch anymore. But with Knicks games, this is the first time in a long time where I felt compelled to watch an entire basketball game. I'm not even kidding. Like I've watched every fucking Knicks game this postseason from start to finish. I almost never do that with basketball games because it's almost always decided at like pretty early who wins. But the Knicks make it fucking exciting. Like obviously they have a lot of flaws and shit, right? But you always, when you're watching the game, feel like, oh man, there's always the chance that they just turn this shit around and they win in the most exciting way possible. Somebody just erupts and drops 30 or 20 in the fourth quarter. And yeah, obviously they could play better and then, they would win by like 20 points all the time. And then you'll be like, all right, I guess they won. But sometimes it's not about winning solidly. It's about winning in like a really entertaining way. Because at the end of the day, sports is about entertainment. So I don't know. I appreciate close games more than fucking wipes.
I respect that.
Yeah, I definitely think the Knicks games have been the best series in these playoffs for sure
Without a doubt.
by a
Like
long
this
mile.
Indiana series is probably up there with one of my favorites so far because of how fucking close and how energetic the entire all the games are. You know what I mean? And when we win the series, it'll be the greatest.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. If we get past the Pacers into the finals, I'm watching every game and soaking that in no matter what. I don't care if we get swept.
Yeah, I'll be right there with you. Um, well, I guess we should move on to another topic. I got a couple things that I did this week, which is fun. I watched Friendship.
Oh, you seen that?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It's so funny. Tim Robinson is so fucking good. It really is just like an extended I think you should leave sketch, but it's got this like weird horror element to it, like a psychological horror element to it in a way. But it's very funny. And if you like Tim Robinson in general, this it's like it's it it's him basically. It's this movie is basically all him. It's very funny. I don't want to spoil too much because I think it's worth watching in the theater.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, it's very funny. So check that out. I've seen it twice at this point, and A plus movie. I also watched Beyonce. I went to see Beyonce the Cowboy Carter tour yesterday, and that was cool.
No way.
That was really
Wow.
cool. I'll say that. I've been to two
She
Beyonce
did country
concerts.
music? She did country music?
She did do country music, but she did a lot of Renaissance stuff as well. That was a long ass concert. She did so much. I'll hand it to Beyonce. I feel like whenever I go see a show of hers, like she really puts in it really is a bang for your buck situation. She really puts on her show for sure. It feels like she uses every dollar, you know. Like I think more than others. I've been to a few concerts over the last few years, and every time I come out of Beyonce, I was like, Jesus Christ, that was nuts.
You seen her more than once?
Yeah, I saw her last time she was on tour when she did for Renaissance, and this one was for Cowboy Carter.
Donna's a big fan, huh?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she's from Texas too. So
yeah, it was like a 2 hour concert. We got out of there at like 10:30 or so, maybe close to 11. Maybe it was like a 3 hour concert. She sang the whole thing. She sang the whole time. She was like flying around. She had this horseshoe that she would sit on and fly around the stadium.
wow.
She did a similar thing with Renaissance where she sat on like a weird crystal horse and she flew around the stadium then too.
It's pretty lit.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun time. Saw that. But yeah, that's all I have going into the week. I don't think I did anything else significant.
I watched Suits. I finally finished Suits.
I watched an episode or two of Suits with Brian.
I finished the whole series.
Damn.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right. It was a pretty good series. I will say though, the last two seasons were a fucking slog to get through. Um, because the main character Mike Ross. Well, I guess spoilers for Suits.
Yeah. Intense
Spoilers for
spoilers for
Suits.
Suits.
Yeah, intense spoilers. Everyone who wants to watch Suits, stop listening now.
They
In
were dead
5,
the whole time. It was
4,
purgatory.
3, 2, 1. Talking about Suits spoilers now. Okay, so Mike Ross leaves the series with Rachel, uh,
Damn.
the seventh season, and he's in Seattle, so he's not in the series. And I did not realize how good of a character he was until he was gone. I missed him so much.
Damn.
The series just it lost a lot of its heart once he left the series. Um, and it became difficult to really latch on to any one character because Mike Ross felt like the human of the group. Um, so seeing him leave was pretty difficult. He did come back in the for like 3 episodes in the last season. And I kind of wish that it was that he was around for more episodes in that last season, but I'll take what I can get. He definitely saved the fucking season for sure, though. But yeah, overall, Suits is a fun watch. Like, I'll probably watch it again as just like something that I throw on in the background in the future. Now that I don't have to pay super close attention to it.
Mm. What about Suits LA?
Oh, I heard that was ass. I heard it was Mondo Cheeks,
Damn.
Omega Mondo Cheeks. One
I hear
might
a lot of
say.
celebrities are in it. Like I think Kevin from The Office was like in it, and he was talking. He was like trying to sue for something related to The Office.
Oh, I think yeah, I think I've seen like clips about it. But yeah, it just relied too much on cameo appearances of former cast members like Harvey Specter and Louis Litt. Um, but it just lost its identity. Like it lost the purpose of its series, and then I guess they didn't have faith in it, so it just crumbled. Just crumbled.
Are you outside? It sounds like there's some stuff going on out there.
No, I'm by the window though.
Oh, okay. Then that's probably it.
But yeah,
Anyway,
those are my thoughts.
nice. Let me see if I have any questions. I think we answered everything. I think we're like caught up. And if not, we'll just jump on the main show. Whoa, what the hell?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was.
What was that?
I think I just had TikTok open and then I opened it. And like as I was exiting, it just played whatever I was watching on there.
Mark.
Uh, okay, we do have questions actually. Let me just make sure for sure.
For show.
Yeah. Okay. We have it. We're on our last email. So, Mike, if you're listening, let us know if you have any other questions and whatnot. So, Mike wrote on April 19th. This is from. He says, "Hey, hope y'all been good. Been having a good weekend. Hope y'all been having the same. Questions. In the last year and a half, who was the best villain we saw in manga and why?"
You said the past year and a half?
Yeah.
Was JJK around by then?
Yeah,
definitely.
Jujutsu Kaisen would have been around.
All right, so
You could go with Sukuna
Kuna.
if you want.
Yeah, Sukuna technically counts for sure.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go with somebody else. Let me think.
The warehouse guy from Kagurabachi.
Sazanami, Papa Sazanami.
Yeah, Papi Sazanami.
Yeah, he was a really good villain. It was pretty complex. He was doing the most.
Yeah. Year and a half. I mean,
Generational
technically, Samura. I would throw Samura. in.
Saturn.
Saturn's great. Saturn's a great villain. Now that we got more in depth with him. Yeah, Saturn from One Piece.
Yeah, Saturn, spider thing.
Yeah, this.
I really like. I mean, the Glorify in general.
Yeah, the five
Glorify.
elders are crazy cool. Can't believe the anime is this close to seeing them in full forms. But yeah, that's all I can think of. We only cover like 4 series, so it's tough to. Oh, the basketball head guys. The basketball head ghosts from
Oh
Don to Don.
yeah,
So many villains
Oh
that's a
my
good
god.
one.
from down to down.
All of the villain, all if most if not all of the villains we've seen in the last, well, since we started covering Don to Don, are up there for sure. But basketball head guys are some of my favorites. So that's that question.
Sukuna's got to be number one though.
Yeah, Sukuna's the man. Truly a great final villain.
He, yeah, just because of how ruthlessly strong he was,
Mm-hmm.
it was nice, and he wasn't cheesy. He was so focused.
Yeah, and the
And
win against him
his
felt
whole
earned. You know, it felt right. I didn't come away thinking like, oh, they had to pull some ass pull shit in order to beat him. But all right, I
you
guess
know,
that's.
Itadori was eventually gonna have a domain.
Wait,
There's no
say
way
again?
he wasn't. You knew Itadori was gonna eventually have a domain.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I guess with that question done, we have one more, and then we'll do the main show. What filler or additional material would you want a Kagurabachi anime to add in order to enhance and better round out the story? Ooh.
Kind of like vigilantes.
No, I guess he means like, anime. You know how like One Piece kind of does it, where they would stretch out certain moments to expound upon like certain moments. I think a good example is that
That's tricky.
there's this episode of One Piece where they extended the scene where they first beat all of the goons outside of Onigashima, and the crew almost does the toast to welcome Jinbei. And then they said, no, we're going to wait until we beat Kaido and Big Mom, and we're going to do the toast with all of Wano. And that scene is like 3 pages in the manga, but it's like a third of an episode. And it's really, really good. It's like one of my favorite moments in the anime. But I guess he's asking if there's something similar to that Kagurabachi can do to
Oh
extend.
yeah, for sure.
What would you say, Brian?
Um, Show the Shiba fight against the Sazanami people.
Oh yeah. I feel like they won't though because it's so important. It seems important that we don't know what Shiba's fully capable of until later.
Yeah, that's why I said it's tricky because I don't know what they're waiting to show.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think they're implying. Oh well, I guess we don't. We shouldn't. I shouldn't talk about it now because it has something to do with the most recent chapter.
That's okay. I mean, the pre-show comes out after the main show, so
But
they were
I'm
fighting
pretty
with the
sure
Cloud
that
Gouge again.
Shiba's teleportation thing isn't even like a part of his sorcery,
yeah, it's not unique to him. It doesn't seem.
which is wild because it seems like it's really fucking good for a technique. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's pretty advanced shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about, because I've been buying Kagurabachi volumes and I'm gonna reread them because I think it's about time to refresh my memory on the earlier sections of Kagurabachi. But I'm trying to think if there are any cool outside of like really kind of extending fights. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. Maybe some of the earlier things with the healing girl because she was like, it felt like she was gonna be very integral to the story, and then she's just kind of there. She's just in the background somewhere. But I suppose we'll have to see. I don't know. I feel like I'll have a better answer for this later.
They do that to a lot of characters in the series, but I'm sure they're still setting the stage for a lot of for a lot of things. So once the right arc appears, a lot of these characters are going to make their like reappearance.
Mm-hmm. All right, hell yeah. I guess that's all we have for that question, and I guess we're good to start the main show. We're all good there.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Very well. Then, yeah, we'll see you guys then. We'll see you guys in New Jump City.
Bye.